Hello, this is Julie. Welcome into the Thrifty Paper Garden. I thought I would do a July eBay sales update, and I think I did pretty well. This is my first July selling. I actually started at the end of August last year, so I think my sales did pretty well. I don't have a store at this point. I thought I would give it at least a year and just see how eBay works and what I want to do with it. So I typically have about, say, 60, 70 items in my store. When eBay runs a special bunch of free listings, I might go up to as much as 120 or so, but I typically stay around 60 items, and so I do about a sale or two a day, which I figure is pretty good with the amount of items I have in my store. And I also have a Zibbit store that I sell crafty items, and some of that stuff I rip apart, like say wedding dresses or lace on garments, and so that can be time consuming as well. And I do work outside the home, so I've just been trying to figure out what exactly I want to do and how to manage my time. So I will go on with the items that sold in July, and I highlighted some of them that I learned something from, or maybe hopefully will help you in your selling as well. So, creative memories. I'm a scrapbooker, so I understand scrapbooking items, and this company actually went out of business, and some of the items are very valuable. I have sold these 7x7 page protectors, I think about 4 of them, and they always sell really well. Some of the other creative memories can be kind of hit and miss, so you have to kind of see what is selling. And also something, and many of you probably already know this, but when I am in the store and looking up things to see if there's any interest in them, I don't just go to sold, I go to completed, because it shows me what sold and what didn't sell. I used to just go to sold and think, oh, 5 of these sold. It must be a good product. Well, when I do completed, there might be 50 that didn't sell and 5 that did. So then that kind of changes my view of if I should purchase it or not, or what those 5 that did sell, what are they doing about their product that sold over the other 50 that did not. So again, these were 7x7, actually was page protectors and the actual paper pages for an album. This was a Thomas Kincaid curtain mural, and actually this is, let's see, is that both? I think this is just one of the panels. It was a beautiful curtain mural, and it was a little bit challenging to get pictures of it. I had kind of nailed it to a door frame and had my husband hold the other end, but you can see both of them. But up front, just very striking, and so I was able to sell that for $30. I think I purchased for $3 or less. And gunny sack. Gunny sack was like from the 70s, when every girl I knew had a gunny sack dress. So this was a lacy blouse that sold. And then I went to this garage sale. It was just a garage full of stuff. Some people would have called it junk. Some people would have called it treasures. And nothing was priced. And I think they needed to get out of their home, and I think maybe it was a foreclosure. So I thought I would just put a bunch of stuff in a box and offer one price. And I saw this vintage collection of IBM DOS video games. I don't know anything about it, but so I decided I would list this, and it sold for pretty decent. I got it $20. The thing is, my last sales video, there was 2 collector magazines that were in the boxes, and those sold for $20 a piece. So you never know what you have inside a box, that the pieces might sell better than the whole. Now this was at a garage sale and it looked brand new. And I looked it up and some had sold. So, and actually I think I took a best offer of $35 on this cute little teapot. And then because I'm a crafter, I look at fabric, and this was actually a quilted top, you know, for a quilt that you'd put the bottom side on and quilt it together. Real cute, precious moments. And it was pretty spotless. They don't go for a whole lot, but they're so easy to package up and ship first class. Now this was a big Afghan, and it was already started, and it did not have any of the cross stitch fibers. It did have the directions, but I looked it up and the directions alone were going for pretty much. So even though something is started, people still like to buy them and finish them. This is a Ralph Lauren sheet. I'd actually found 2 fulls and 2 twins, and they have a cute little ruffle on the edge, and a lot of people, a lot of linens that I pick up are these kind of floral, shabby chic, cottage style type sheets, and the 100% cotton, some of the brands are very good quality. So I was able to sell that for $33. And denim. A lot of people like denim, especially for children's rooms. And this was an Eddie Bauer denim pillow sham, and it had embroidered flowers on it. And I'm kind of ashamed to say I didn't take time to press it or anything. It's kind of wrinkly, but that went for $15, and buyer paid shipping. And I forgot I had Pokemon wrapping paper in my vintage wrapping paper stack. And so I had, I believe, 3 of these, and I sold each of them. And I think, you know, $13 for a couple pieces of old wrapping paper is pretty good. And then Pottery Barn is another brand that I sell quite a few linens, curtains, sheets. So these were curtain panels. The backside had been faded. When curtains hang in windows, the sun shines in, it does fade them. It did not affect the front of the curtain, so I took pictures of all that, put that in my listing, so people are very aware of the condition. And here, this was a neatest box. I saw this box, and it looked old, and I opened it up, and I saw, I believe these were the thigh-high stockings. They were very soft. And again, I looked them up and they seemed to sell pretty well. So I was able to pick this up, I think, for less than $1, and it sold for $20. And then a Crate and Barrel. That's also good linens. This was actually a duvet and some pillow shams, really good condition. And so I don't remember if I got 50 for this, pretty close to it. And this, you know, the shipping is pretty high, so it adds to the price. And Longaberger. A lot of people say Longaberger baskets and the liners and some of the items don't sell real well anymore, but these were just 100 3x5 recipe cards, sold really quickly for $20. Ralph Lauren, again, another 100% cotton king flat sheet, just the flat sheet. And I think, and again, I can't remember if I took a best offer or not, but they were selling for $50. Another sheet. Now this one did have, I noted in the listing, the top of it had some, it was kind of not threadbare, but had some wear on it, and I got very good review on it, so I was very pleased. Another Creative Memories sealed album with pages, 8.5 by 11, $30. Roosters. I sell almost everything I see rooster. If it's in good condition, I pick it up. I've sold quite a few rooster things. This was a table runner and a placemat, kind of a tapestry style. Again, easy to ship, and that went for $30. Got excellent feedback. This also came from that garage of garbage. Some Viewmasters sealed in the package. I had sold previously a Princess of Power. These were 2 Little Mermaid discs. I think there's about 3 discs or so in each of the packages. That was $25. Fabric, upholstery fabric, and this was 2.5 yards for $30. It was real heavy. I like when they have on the edge of the fabric what it is made out of and the company and maybe the name of the fabric, but sometimes it just takes a lot of research, because if you can have the brand name, the name of the fabric, I did not for this, but just find some good keywords. Vintage pillowcase, I do fairly well with. This was Garfield. It had, I think it was the same image. Again, you just show, I like to use a penny so the person can see the size of the stain, just slight stains. But that went for $15, and the same person bought this one, Flintstone. This had a different side, had a different image. This was in quite good condition, probably not used very much, so $15 for that as well. Strawberry Shortcake, these are 2-inch figurines. And they were pretty good condition. Some had some scratched paint and whatnot. But one lady wanted me how fast I could get it to her. She did want to use it on decorations on a birthday cake, but I couldn't get it to her in time. And I just tell people I hate for it not to get to you in time. So, but I was able to find someone that wanted it for $30. Valances, Waverly is another good brand, very high quality. Just make sure the stitching is good and there isn't any fading, stains. So I like to hang mine up on a curtain rod so they can kind of see how they're going to look hanging, as well as I show them laying on the carpet both sides so they can see if there's any fading from the sun and whatnot. And I like to sell them in a set of 2 if I can find it. So that was $30. Here's a Laura Ashley fabric. This was quite rare, and I could tell from the edges that were frayed that it had been laundered, and it was 54 by 64 inches, $40 for a piece of fabric. But fabric in the fabric store is expensive, so if you can find something good brand, good image, they will sell. Excuse me one moment. Sorry about that. This was a Tiki Man doll. I think I could call it Tiki, but it was vintage, like from the 70s. Pretty good condition. It had a little bit of water stain down at the feet, which I disclosed. So he went for $20. Again, easy to ship. Just kind of interesting subject matter. His clothes did come off. Mohair yarn. I found this and I was able to find 10 skeins, and they were the same dye lot, and mohair and wool yarn goes fairly well. So I didn't know really where to price this, so I put it on auction. eBay was I think had a free listings for auction type items, and I did put a buy it now, and someone bought it right away for $35. And I remember when I picked this up at the thrift store, there were more, but I just decided to get 10 and stay with that. So I went back a couple days later, got 6 more, and sold those quite quickly as well. They may even be in this month or next month. Vintage He-Man, twin flat and fitted sheets from Mattel, 1983. There's always collectors out there, and The address of this made me think maybe it was like a TV station, or someone making a movie. It went to a penthouse in New York. So anyway, kind of neat subject matter. And another 7x7 page projector, Creative Memories. This I put on auction. They can do quite well on auction. It went up to $14, and they're 12 sheets. That's quite a bit of money. Again, I'm a scrapbooker, but when I scrapbook, I do it on the thrift, and I don't know that I would pay that for that, but I'm glad someone will. Then I found at a garage sale there was a box that said free, and these were sealed DVD of Gilmore Girls, all this, or season 1 through 6, no season 5. And this was interesting. I put it up at a price. 30 days went by. I didn't have any offers, so I lowered the price, and still I had no offers. When eBay had free listings for auction style, I put it up and got more on the bids. Had 16 bids. I got more out of it from the auction than I did when I had it had put it in at 35. I think I had $34.99 best offer, and I sold for $35.37. So and I still have yet to figure out medium mail, so shipping was kind of steep for this. But it just goes to show sometimes some things still do well on bids, auction. Chanel sunglasses. The only thing about this, I noticed when I got it home, I got it for like 50 cents. And I was pretty confident they were Chanel, except the inside piece was kind of, I don't know if you can see it here. It was cracked right here, but because of the metal plate on the other side, it was still, this metal plate, it was still sturdy. I disclosed all that. It kind of made this pull away from there a little bit. I disclosed all that. I didn't even put in the listing that I was not 100% sure that these were authentic. But so I put it on a bid, and it went up to $32. I hope to find more Chanel, but actually I kind of stay away from that stuff because I don't know what a counterfeit is, and I certainly don't want to sell a counterfeit. So anyway, those were most of the things that I sold in July. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have any tips, please leave a message below. So this is Julie with Thrifty Paper Garden, and I appreciate you stopping by. Have a nice weekend. Bye.